It was a record-breaking warm day when the flags were being hoisted at Beit Nasser in Oslo, inaugurating the 40th National Jalsa Salana of Norway Jamaat. The two-day Jalsa began at 11 a.m. on Saturday, June 17th. After recitation from the Holy Quran and poem, the letter from Hazur Abdullah Tala bin Nasir al-Aziz was read by Amir Jamaat Zahoor Ahmad Chaudhry Sahib.
एक होने में जो मोहब्बत में अल्लाह ताला पे फजल नाज़िल होते हैं वो कूट में और लड़ाइयों में नहीं होते.
A speech in Norwegian on financial sacrifices for Allah's cause was held by National Additional Secretary Finance Adnan Qureshi Sahib. Murabbi Silsila Shahid Kaloon Sahib delivered an Urdu speech on the miracles of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. The program switched between Urdu and Norwegian speeches. The attendees were therefore continuously being updated on both languages via simultaneous translation done by a team from Lajna Maila. After lunch and congregational salah, the second session was commenced. Kamal Yusuf Saib, former missionary in charge of Scandinavia, led the session. The first speech of the session was on the topic of prayer. This speech was held by Murabbi Yasir Fauzi Sahib, stationed in the western Norway oil industry city of Stavanger. Sadr Ansarullah Dr. Rizwan Sadiq held a speech on the creation of man being a proof of the existence of Allah. And finally, National Secretary of Education Naeem Ahmad Basharat Sahib held a speech on the disciples of the promised Messiah alayhi salam. The second day of the Jalsa began with a Norwegian session led by Murabbi Shahid Kaloon Sahib. Murabbi Harun Chaudhry Sahib, missionary for the city of Trondheim, held a first speech titled The Believers Turn Away from What is Vain. And visiting from the southern city of Kristiansand, Murabbi Tahir Khan Sahib delivered his speech titled Those Who Guard Their Chastity. Sadr Majlis Khudam al-Ahmadiyya Abdul Hayy Ahmad Sahib spoke on the topic of the believers and faithful being true to their trusts and pacts. National Secretary for Newly Converts, Sayyid Asif Jafri Sahib, spoke on the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ and his farewell speech and human rights.
Som profeten måtte Allahs fred og velsignelse være med ham selv erklærte, så ville kanskje denne påminnelsen hans nå ut til å gi mer nytte til dem som ikke var til stede.
Two presentations on Jamaat's services to mankind and another about the persecution against the Jamaat were held for the audience, including parliamentarian guests. These guests from various political parties also were given time to hold short speeches. During the break, the auxiliary organizations held food stalls serving burgers and kebabs, while the langar served traditional South Asian dishes to the attendees. After Salah, the final session was held by Shamshad Ahmad Qamar Sahib, principal of Jamia Ahmadiyya, Germany.
Ey Khuda, ey karsazo, eb posho kirdigar.
The members of Jamaat who had finished the Quran for the first time or had read the whole Quran during the Ramadan had their Ameens and were given prizes. Shamshad Ahmad Qamar Sahib delivered an Urdu speech on the bond to Khilafat, a source of personal development and survival. And the final and concluding speech was held in Urdu and Norwegian by the National Amir Jamaat Norway, Zahoor Ahmad Chaudhry Sahib. During the two-day Jalsa, more than 1,100 members of the Jamaat attended.
प्यारे मेरे मोहसिन मेरे परवरदिगार